Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul back with take 2 of this commentary because I did the whole damn video and then realized at the end that I was getting that bug where I am not muted at all and the PlayStation is not registering that I'm even talking. Anyway, get ready for the boss gauntlet. Remember this guy? The tongue of Valmar? Yeah, we're going to be fighting a lot of the parts of Valmar again. These are buffed up, so they are a little bit stronger than they were when we first fought them. But we have a can't-fail strategy, even with 3 people. Sky Dragon Slash on Ryudo, White Apocalypse on Elena, and what was that move that Millennia had that made some of these tough bosses so easy? I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, that's right, Spellbinding Eye. Yeah. All you have to do is Spellbinding Eye the tongue itself, and it doesn't matter if the other parts are ready to do a move. They ain't doing jack. And I do end up figuring out a pattern here. And the pattern is Millennia will be able to do one attack or whatever, one turn, where she can do either attack or heal or whatever she wants to do. And then whenever she comes up for her next turn, if you defend, when her next turn comes up after you defend, the effects of the eye will have ended and you can put the eye back on. So I don't do that at first, but I do start doing it on the final battle. So whenever I realized that I was doing a gauntlet of the greatest hits of Valmar, I'm sitting there going, oh god, I gotta fight the eye again. Oh god, I gotta fight the body again. Oh god, don't make me fight the core again. I'm sitting there, it's like scary as fuck, but at the same time I could still Spellbinding Eye them. Oh, forgot to mention, when you get Millennia, only thing she has equipped is a bow, as in her weapon. She has no armor on, no mana egg, no skills. So be sure to equip her with her best equipment and give her that bow that dropped when you bought her duplicate. That is the best weapon for her. Again, you want to give her skills that will give her more SP, that will make her faster, and things of that nature. For the most part, your entire strategy through this entire gauntlet is Ryudo uses Sky Dragon Slash, Elena uses White Apocalypse, and Millennia keeps them stunned with Spellbinding Eye, and then on the turn that they're stunned, she can either be support for the others or she can be attack. Alright, so we destroyed the claws, but it's still got 2 parts. It's got that head and the main body. But mostly because we have Spellbinding Eye and we do have White Apocalypse and the Dragon Slash, Sky Dragon Slash, this gauntlet is cake. Quite frankly, if I consider it that if you've beaten the core, you've beaten the game. If you lose to any of these, you're not using Spellbinding Eye. Plain and simple. That's point blank. You're not using Spellbinding Eye if you lose.
tainted ones, return to the world of darkness.
There's really not much strategy to it. Like I said, it's very simple. Just use White Apocalypse, Sky Dragon Slash, and Spellbinding Eye. And that's going to be the strategy through most of the gauntlet. Now, you are able to run back and use that save point to recover and save your game. This will be the only time that I will show you going back to the save point, just to show you that yes, you can do this. After this, I am going to edit out the going back to the save point. I will edit going into the bubble and then just cut it out to coming back out of the bubble. Alright, so who remembers what was the next boss fight after the tongue? What was it? I think it was a really hard boss, wasn't it? Like, I think I called it the hardest boss at the time. Oh, that's right, the eye. And yes, it has the bad eyes. And they're buffed as well. So, we could not use Spellbinding Eye on this boss because we had to beat this boss to get Spellbinding Eye. So, again, just Spellbinding Eye, the main thing. Then we still got the eye bats to worry about. They're not too dangerous, just annoying. Hope that they don't use their little Delta strike on you as you're about to use one of your skills, because they'll interrupt it like they're about to do to Ryudo. Kiss my ass. At this point, Millennia may have to be healer, using some items on the turns that she's not using Spellbinding Eye.
Tainted ones, return to the world of darkness.
But yeah, all these old bosses, they got buffed up. They are tougher than they were when we first fought them, because that attack would have just about killed all the eye bats. And this attack would have killed the eye bats in the original fight. Now, they're just like, is that all you got? It kind of hurt, but we're still here. So yeah, as difficult as this boss was the first time we fought it, using its own move on it makes it so much easier. Alright, so I was checking out everybody's health. I don't know why, but well, at least they went after Elena and not Ryudo. I'd hate for them to interrupt Sky Dragon Slash.
You shall be defeated. Take that. Sky Dragon Slash.
Alright, now Millennia, go ahead and... I don't think that I noticed that it's still stunned. So, at the time, I hadn't quite figured out that timing was the way it was, but I do figure it out over the course of these battles before the final boss. I start noticing it's basically one whole turn it's stunned. So I tried to have her help out a little bit. Didn't do too much damage. So yeah, Elena and Ryudo are your damage dealers. Millennia is just really support. which is sad because Millennia was the one that had the most magic power. You waited until after she did the move. Ooh. Ooh. See the poison. And he decides to use that on the worst person he could use that on.
Sworn enemies, you shall be defeated. Take that.
This is the third one of these I've gotten. So there is a new bot program that is being used on YouTube. I keep running into this bullshit. I've ran through this bullshit so many times. There is a new bot that let's see. This one can't report it for being a bot. Damn it. Alright, let's just remove it. So I started getting some comments on some of my videos. I just got one that I'm seeing the comment, I'm like, I've never watched anything that ever talked about anything about Trump's policies and buying a prefab home. And then I see that they're doing it on my Grandia videos. I'm like, why are we talking about Trump policies in a prefab home in a video game video where I don't even talk politics? So if you do happen to see those, I just haven't had the chance to delete them yet. I don't care what people say in my videos, but if you're going to be a bot commenting, I don't want that. Alright, so this is what I meant about I'm going to edit going into the bubble and then coming back out. So I've already spent coins, saved and recovered, and now we have the heart. The heart was super easy last time, and we didn't have Spellbinding Eye on that one, I believe. So just imagine how easy this boss is going to be with it stunned.
You're scared, aren't you?
So, what was I meaning last video about you decided to use the put poison on the worst party member? Well, you notice how Elena and Ryuta are healing up just periodically through the fight. If they get poisoned, they will out-heal it. Millennia doesn't have anything that does that. So if Millennia gets poisoned, we have to remove it. So yeah, especially here, whenever I was expecting to fight the claws next. So whenever I saw the heart, I'm like, oh, we're not fighting all the parts. Because I was expecting the claw next. I knew we were going to skip the horns because I have the horns. So then I was like, whenever I saw, and then I was expecting the body. So I'm like, and then the heart. So when we got skipped to the heart, I'm like, oh, we're not doing all of them. And this, we never did do the meteor strike. When I saw the first one, I'm like, yeah, that'll do some damage. And then I saw this, like, that'll do some damage. Unfortunately, you would think something that big crashing down onto the enemy would do more than just a little over 2,000 points of damage.
Take that. Sky Dragon Slash.
And look at that, it's already about halfway dead. And that's just one spellbinding eye on it.
Oh, tainted ones, return to the world of darkness.
Now, keep in mind, as easy as this fight is, these fights are right now, we're doing this on hard
Here we
mode.
go.
Imagine how much easier they would have been on normal. Because they wouldn't have as much resistances as they do to what we're doing now. They wouldn't have as much health. But we had to do hard mode for the platinum, so... Okay, that means that the spellbinding eye is about to wear off. Oh, that's too bad. You lowered my defense by 1. Let me lower your life by a lot.
Shall be defeated. Take that. Sky Dragon Slash.
Well, I got rid of the eyeballs. Well, I think this is a case of who's going to get the first hit. 17 HP. Yeah, who goes first? Elena's faster, so... Hooray! The only thing left to do. We don't have to fight the body. We don't have to fight the claws. We don't have to fight the core again. All that's left is the final boss.
I pray that we
So
shall
go
be
back
safe
to the
at
save point. Rest. Oh, we got Tenma's dress. I didn't know Tenma Miami had a dress in this game. I don't even think she existed at this time. Well, the person behind Tenma might have. If you don't know who Tenma Miami is, we cannot be friends. Alright. It is time. For the first time. For the last time. One-on-one.
Oh, foolish, piteous humans, accept your fate, accept the mercy of a perfect God. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
You really are completely nuts. Woo! You better reel yourself in, you psycho!
Why not try to understand the human heart? Your heart is suffering because you do not understand it.
Meaningless human love. I don't care to know about love.
But you still have a human heart, Zera. Look at you. You're shaking with fear. There is no way that you could be a god. Petrified humans like you cannot rule divinity.
I am not some human named Zera. I am God. I am the one and only absolute God, Valmar. You impudent humans, I shall show you my divine power.
Meet Zera Valmar. We shall settle this the old Navy way. First one to die, loses. I half expected a tongue to come out of his mouth when his face appeared. That would have made it creepier.
I can't keep going.
And this final boss, is so much a joke. He only has one part. He is susceptible to the spellbinding eye. On normal mode, he has about 50,000 HP, so I'm guessing he probably has around 60 to 75,000 HP on hard mode. This fight is so easy. The only thing is, it's just because of how much health he is, this fight will take a while to do. Zera Valmar has no weaknesses and no resistances. His attacks consist of Gadzap, which attacks in a line and has a chance to paralyze.
Here goes my
Baboom,
impact
which
bomb.
hits all characters for massive damage. Poison, which has a chance of poisoning a group in an AoE. Crackle, which will do ice damage to one party member. And he has another skill that we will see here during this fight. So my strategy here is Spellbinding Eye. Just use the level 1 skills. I experiment with other things to see if they would do more damage to make this battle quicker. They're not worth it. So just do 10-second slash and impact bomb. And when he's stunned, I have Millennia use Heal Crush because that will lower his attack, defense, speed, or movement, and action.
Here goes my impact
And
bomb.
the goal is to use, over the course of the fight, Heal Stomp 5 times to get him as low as we can get him. And then at that point, Millennia is either supporting, giving items to the party members, or helping with the fight with her arrows. On a turn, now this is a long enough fight that Millennia is going to need to replenish her SP. So on the turns where she can do whatever she wants, that's when you can give her an SP item. So here's the strat. So if you notice the strat, I didn't go over it as we were doing it, but after the first turn where Millennia did the Hill Stomp, when her next turn came up, I defended, and then when she came back up to put her command, Spellbinding Eye ended. That way, with that, we can keep him permanently stun locked. If we're able to move him back with the impact bomb and 10-second slash, then he's never going to do a move. So here again, I'm thinking, can I do something that's going to do more damage? And it turns out, even if it does more damage, it's just a little bit more, and it's just not worth the time and SP or MP that we're spending. It is, quite frankly, it is just best to do your level 1 skills.
Please, smite our enemies.
So, Zera Valmar will only be using magic. He will never physically attack you. So really, there was an item that we could have gotten. I know we have got one, called the Tight Dress. If you really wanted to, you could equip those to Millennia and Elena. Gives no defense, but all spells fail.
Sky, take flight!
So yeah, here I am. I'm experimenting. It's like, would flying 10-second slash be better? It does do more damage, but the SP cost I don't think is worth it. So I'm just now noticing that we have a golden potion. I guess one of the bosses we fought dropped one. So we're going to go ahead and do another heal stomp.
Bet you'd like this, you pig.
So again, I'm experimenting,
Of nightmare.
seeing if Nightmare Ball would be better than Impact Bomb. Impact Bomb does more damage. So yeah, very much just go with the level 1 skills. Alright, so poison. So as I mentioned before, if he poisons Elena or Ryudo, they have items on that are gonna heal them more than the poison will do over time. So The only reason you would even consider removing the poison, to be honest, is that every time that they take damage from the poison, it stops their movement on the bar. Other than that, don't worry about it. In fact, I removed the poison from Millennia and then completely ignore the poison on Elena. And this strategy of just using 10 seconds slash impact bomb works very well, because basically around the time that Elena and Ryudo are about to end up with 0 SP, we kill Valmar's Zera. There's really no strategy to this fight. There hadn't been much of a strategy to any fight lately, so there's not really much more I can say about this battle other than, yeah, this is a complete joke. This is why I say if you beat the core, you've beaten the game, because even though we're down a teammate, we're destroying him because Millennia can just unlock all the monsters. Now, I didn't mention, like, very early in the walkthrough that I saw a screenshot of a spot where Elena and Millennia would be in the party together. I did not know what I was looking at was the end game. I didn't read any caption or anything about it. I just saw the screenshot. I was like, oh, so somehow they're going to separate and they'll be in a party together. Cool. I had no idea that I was looking at end game.
Bet you'd like this, you pig.
So I found it kind of interesting how they give you enough special coins in this game that you can max 5-star every party member's skills and max out all the skill books. But they don't give you enough magic coins to max out all the spells and all the mana eggs and get all the magic skills in the skill books. There at the end, they really went overboard with giving you a ton of special point coins and almost no. Okay, here's his last skill, Breath of the God. This basically counteracts Heal Crush by removing 1 level, so we can't have that. So, yeah, I just find it funny how there at the end, there's just like, here's a bunch of special coins. You don't need magic coins anymore, do you? It's like, yes, I've got another magic egg, or mana egg to work on. I don't even think if I had not put any magic coins into any skill book, I still don't think I would have maxed out the dragon egg. I think we still would have had a couple of spells left. So maybe if I had grinded out the devils a little bit more, I could have maxed out the everything. But it's fine. As you see, we're fine. We are... there at the end, I didn't even really use magic. I barely used any magic at all. I didn't even use a magic to attack at all. I just used skills.
Tensei can slash!
Alright, so how is he doing on health right now?
Here goes my impact bomb.
He's got maybe a third of his health left. We're getting there.
Tensei can slash!
Yeah. About the time, like I said, about the time Ryudo and Elena are about out of SP, game will be over. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That will be both Grandia games. Done. As far as any critiques that I have, I mean, there are some critiques. Grandia 1, and just, I'm talking about the remaster itself.
Here goes
Not
my
talking about
impact
the,
bomb.
like, my critiques that I've had with the story. Because in both games, the stories had the charm, yeah, but it really did seem like the writer had an idea for what they wanted to happen at certain points, but were not talented enough to naturally get to that point. So it really did become like
Bet you like this.
the
you
the
pig.
part where Elena just out of the blue just decided, fuck the world, I'm gonna let it be destroyed. I've been lied to, but I'm not gonna fight him. I'm
Here
just
goes my
gonna
impact
willingly go about letting him have his way. That was so stupid. That right there, that's the one part of the writing that really pissed me off. That whole sequence just pissed me off because it was not written well. I get what they were going for, but it was not written well. Same with like the part in Grandia, the first one, where Fina just like said, "No, we're not. I'm going to do things my own way. This is the only way to save the world." And then all of a sudden, his other allies are just like, "Well, fuck you, Justin. You're worthless." What the fuck? And I still really don't like that Elena basically just gave Zera the ability to recreate Valmar. Didn't fight him, and there was no consequences, and everyone was just like, "Oh, it's okay, you did nothing wrong." Bullshit. She could have fucking used her head. She could have thought for herself. So I really do not like that there was zero consequences for Elena's part in what happens. In all honesty, let's be 100% real. There was really no character development to Elena in terms of her using her fucking head at all. Even towards the end, she's still like, what should I do? Someone tell me what to do. It's like, no. That's not the point. Anyway, we are about to beat Zera Valmar. When we get the killing blow on him, we will get the trophy Amateur Lepidopterst. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I have never heard of that word. But that is the name of the trophy. And that is the trophy for defeating Zera Valmar.
Here you go.
Now, unlike Grandia 1, the moment you got the killing blow on the second form of Gaia,
Here goes my impact bomb.
you got the plat. You do not get the trophy for beating this game on hard until credits roll. So we will not get the plat until credits roll. Alright, looks like one more hit, and this is it. Probably could have killed him with like an arrow, but let's, just in case. Yeah, he's got 2151. One more hit, he's dead.
You're scared, aren't you?
Let's just make sure that he can't do nothing. Millennia probably could have gotten the kill shot there if she had just done her arrow shot. Or even the claws or whatever. Alright, Nightmare Ball. And 10 Seiken Slash. And that's game. Congratulations. As soon as we complete the ending and the epilogue ending, we have platinumed Grandia 2 so long as you played it on hard mode. So, yeah, quite an easy final boss. So in terms of on PSN profiles, there are 782 people that have played this game on PSN profiles. 242 have platinumed it. Has anyone platinumed it since I did this morning? I am the 242nd platinum of this game. Alright, so looks like it was a load-bearing boss. Of course it was a load-bearing boss. It was Valmar. He was the heart and soul. We have just beaten the game. Woohoo! There goes Ron, just ready to die. Oh, but it can be. It is a fitting end because you are not a god. Do you know Ryudo? I wouldn't say he's tender-hearted at all. Because you weren't. And here comes the JRPG preachy part of the stereotypical, we don't need no gods, we make our own way through. You know, love and compassion and friendship will rule the day. Friends are like fish. After 3 days, they stink. And as I said before, love is a breed of egoism that completely ignores the feelings of the mark while imposing its own selfish desires. Yes, you did. Don't lie. You wanted this. You didn't want to be swallowed by darkness. Then why did you become the dark god? Yes. No. It was you. It was your ego. It was religion. Ego. Disguised as humility. Uh-oh.
Am I dead?
No, you are alive.
Did you save me?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It must have hurt. It must have really hurt.
No, it did not hurt at all. It is worse to have a broken heart. I do not want to be sad again. I want to be near people.
Tio, you're squeezing too tight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You won't be sad again. I'll be with you. Oh, I have fond memories like this. So warm. I think someone once held me like this. What's wrong?
This is a very strange feeling. Is this heart to heart? I feel so peaceful. Why is this? I am so happy, but you are only supposed to cry when upset, right?
Tio, let's go home. Back to everyone.
Yes, let's go home to where we were born.
So all through all this, the dialogue is going at its own pace. I have no control over it. So I wonder if the Japanese version, they actually voiced these lines. Because this was at a point when some American companies were very, very cheap on voice acting. They might get some voice actors to do select lines, but they don't really have them voice parts that should be voiced. For example, like the old Tales of games, skits were voiced, but it wasn't until about Vesperia that they actually voiced the skits here in America, mostly because they just didn't want to pay the actors for that. And here we go, just going with, Elena hasn't learned a damn thing. And here's the part like, well, nothing's really going to change because we defeated God or the devil. So it's again, Wizard's fourth rule. A contradiction cannot exist, either in part or as a whole. They said to Zera that we do not need gods, we'll make our own way with our hearts. Then they're sitting here, it's like, well, people are still going to war and everything. They need something to believe in. They need a god or something. It's like, fuck you, make up your mind.
The word proper is way too subjective. We gotta live as free as we feel. Oh, Elena, you are so straight-laced.
And I know that some critics of JRPGs talk about all these stereotypes of games. Well, they are basically taking from Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. They were the ones who created the stereotypes. And a lot of JRPGs at that time were trying to be the next Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy.
I'm going to return the world to its owners.
That's just like you, Ryudo.
Now,
Always taking the
this is basically the ending.
So, huh?
There is an epilogue that you do take control of, and that is going to be too long to fit into this video, so
Let's go.
we're going to have the epilogue ending
Millennia?
in the final video, next video.
Jeez. Come on, Elena.
In the meantime,
I
what
see.
are we talking about here? No. After everything she did, she does not deserve angel wings. No. Absolutely not. I don't buy into it. No.
Come on.
Absolutely
let's
not.
go.
This is what I'm talking about. She is the cause for all the destruction that happened, and she's just, nothing happens to her. No. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. If you've enjoyed the walkthrough, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. If you feel like making a donation to the cause, there's a link in the description to buy me a coffee. It is not required, but it is always appreciated. And I will see you guys next time for the finale of Grandia 2.